So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I sketch a cozy children's book character from scratch, starting with a Pinterest pose that feels both curious and brave. We'll break it down into 3 simple steps: loose construction shapes, a rough sketch, and then a clean line drawing. Let's get started. So I start by picking a color of my sketch, and then I create a rough sketch for construction shapes. Now adding face guidelines. The pencil I'm using for the sketch is a little pine. Now I will be creating the proportion lines. Usually the head is about 1/12 of the total height in an adult figure, but if you're designing a cute character, the ratio shifts. Typically the head becomes about 1/4 of the whole body. I started this sketch by drawing a C-shaped line of action, and then added the basic shapes for the character's structure. Now I'm building the rest of the character using simple shapes. I see a bean-shaped torso, stick-like legs, and basic hand forms. At this stage, it's not about precision, it's about flow and placement. I'm focusing on the overall posture, the rhythm of the pose, and how the weight is distributed. This is the discovery phase, where I let the drawing guide me instead of controlling every detail. Also, quick tip, if you don't like how some parts are aligned, you can use the lasso tool to change the positioning of the drawing parts. If you're sketching along, try adjusting the gesture slightly. See what feels natural to you. Now I'm adding the remaining details, keeping it loose. The lines are still messy, overlapping, and free. That's intentional. Okay, great. Now that we've got the body, I'll start adding the facial features: eyes, eyebrows, ears, and hair. For facial details, I keep it minimal. Big, round eyes, simple brows, a small mouth placed low for that youthful look. It's all loose and rough for now. We'll refine everything in the next stage. I always try to keep the shapes soft and rounded. It adds warmth and friendliness to the design, especially for children's characters. Once I'm happy with the overall structure, I'll start cleaning up the image. First, I create a new layer above the sketch. Then I lower the opacity of the rough layer to around 24%. For a more defined look, I use the 6B pencil brush. Now I focus on carving out some of the character's features. Notice how I'm exaggerating the shape of the hair. It helps push the character's silhouette and make it more iconic. Also a quick tip, if you want to change the color of the entire sketch, let's say to brown, go to the layers panel and add a new layer above your outline. Enable the clipping mask option on that new layer. Now you can draw over the sketch without affecting the white areas. I also like to add a bit of shading to the sketch. It helps clarify the form. Let's say the light is coming from this direction, like the arrow here. That means the left side of the character will be a bit darker, and the lines will appear heavier. Usually the lines on the shadowed side of the silhouette are slightly thicker. Here's a really helpful tip that can save you from a lot of bad drawings. I often flip the canvas horizontally to catch any asymmetry or proportion issues. It's a great way to refresh your eyes. But don't worry, if something looks off, you can easily fix it using the liquify tool. And that's it. From loose shapes to a clean cartoon character. In the next video, we'll move on to coloring, adding light, depth, and that storybook feel. If this was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. Your support helps this space grow. See you soon.